Hey everyone, so I am back at Paul's shop again. I was here 2 years ago already.
2 years, time flies.
Yeah, it's nuts. And Paul's operation here has grown quite a bit in that time. He's got another business now, a whole nother name. So we're gonna do a little walk around. If you haven't seen the video I did 2 years ago, definitely check that out. You can see kind of where things have come from. Paul, before we get started, in case anyone has no idea who the heck you are, why don't you tell us real quick who you are, what you do, and why you do it? Is that
why I do it? Why do you do it? It's fun. You gotta do it because it's fun. Hey everyone, Paul from Canadian Woodworks, as well as Legacy Lumber on Instagram. Legacy Lumber. So this is my lumber company. We got Canada's widest cutting sawmill. We got a vacuum kiln. We got a giant CNC, and then I have the furniture company, which is Canadian Woodworks. Which is probably what I'm mostly known for, my rocking chairs that I build, my sculpted Maloof-inspired rocking chairs, which I also teach to build. And we're going to give you a quick little tour of the shop here. So this is my workshop now. Matt's was here 2 years ago. I was in a much smaller space, 50 by 30. This is now about 40 by 110 or so. So much, much different. And allowed me to get some newer, bigger tools. I actually had them, they were just kind of hiding. This is a big CNC from CNC Router Parts in Denver. 16-foot long material, 72-inch wide. It's got a 6 horsepower head on it, and a really nice carbide insert bit from Amana Tools. Tools Today, that place. So we got a big giant Claro walnut slab on here, which is always a pleasure to work with. That's why having a machine like this is pretty important.
That's quite big.
Yeah, and we're doing this stuff, you know, pretty much every day this machine's running, flattening away, creating a lot of sawdust, but nice and flat slabs. That's it in the rough, kind of before it gets on there. I'll just put this one on.
Yeah, throw it up there.
Wanna give me a hand?
I'll be right there.
You know, we got a couple guys who toss it on there, balance the twist, and you run it back and forth, makes it nice and flat. So yeah, since I was here last too, I got a lumber company. So we specialize in this kind of stuff. This is a walnut boule. Gets into the single slab table size. And basically we get these logs from local tree service companies. They're being cut down already, dropped off here. We sawmill them, we dry them through our vacuum kiln, and we either build furniture with it or we sell the lumber. So that's been going really well. We're actually going to be dressing this entire log on the CNC for this customer. We had a customer buy this whole log. It'll be shipping out shortly. We can go through here and see some of my newer machinery. I have a 53-inch wide belt sander, which we just recently got working. It's 60 horsepower, two 30 horsepower motors. It's got a really cool, it's actually a vacuum hold down bed on it. Yeah, so it holds it down. So this was from a company that they were sanding veneer panels all day. So you got to be accurate, right? Even when we first got it, like you could only take off 0.1 of a mil because of the way they had the safeties set up. We've set it now. I can put about we take about a millimeter off of a 40, 50-inch wide slab per pass.
So that's a lot of material, that much width.
It still is, yeah. And the finish is just incredible out of the machine. Bit older, but it works great. From the same auction, this one here, we've put a lot of wood through this one. We've only had it running for a couple months, but I've loaded my whole store in Mississauga. Another new thing. I have a unit right by in Toronto, Ontario. I guess Mississauga. I call everything Toronto that way. In the GTA, we have a lumber outlet. We call it the factory outlet, direct from the sawmill. So all of our wood is dressed. What does that mean? It's all been flattened and you can see the grain. So when you go there, you pick your piece, you know what you're getting. And a lot of the work has already been done, mostly by this machine here. This is a 37-inch wide, also 60 horsepower, two 30 horsepower motors, 10,000 pounds, this machine, which is probably one of the most staggering facts about it. And it has a jointer head right here, and it's spiral carbide insert. This whole head can actually pull out, and we can change the inserts on it. I had a picture of my...
That's convenient.
Yeah. It's even more convenient is having your father-in-law change them. That's even better. So we did that when we first got the machine. And I think we're about ready to change them, turn the heads shortly. They got 4 sides. and it has a planer head way back here. So as long as you take off the proper material and you do a few passes, you can get lumber very, very flat through this machine with zero tear out, and it's nice and quiet, which is nice. Like this thing, amazing, but very loud, very, very loud. Also very heavy, 4,200 pounds. This is actually for sale right now, so if anybody wants it.
Comes with a sticker.
Comes with the Cremona sticker.
And urban timber.
Yeah, it's got the urban timber on here. I remember when I put this on there, they messaged me, they're like, we're famous! We're on the Canadian Woodworks feed.
Nobody else sent you any stickers.
Yeah, I know, I don't have my own stickers yet. But, so send me some stickers, you'll get it on that planer. How about that? Yeah. Great machine too, we put tons of wood through it. From what I understand, it's from the early 1930s. Went through World War II in Germany, and the guy brought it over in '48, and I was very fortunate to get it at an auction maybe 4 years ago now, 3-4 years ago. It's 32-inch wide, and it's I've put a lot of wood through it. Runs fantastic, runs like a top. But she's retired now because of the 37-inch. Then you got your normal tools, drill press, which I pretty much make Gabon ebony sawdust. Very, very expensive sawdust.
Very nice.
Very nice. So little pieces like this I actually get from one of the local exotic wood stores. They carry everything, but Burlington Exotics, fantastic store. Get little things like this that I make plugs with pretty much. So you can see the thickness. I'm able to not really waste anything. It's perfect depth for plug. And this was actually like rejects from fretboards. Oh. So they actually bring, like I went there, they brought logs in. They have Gabon ebony logs like this big, probably 20, 30 of them. And they actually resaw them into all the different parts that they need. But these were basically rejects from fretboards. So got a bit of a deal on them, but still expensive plugs. But really makes the chairs nice. Edge sander, love an edge sander. What can I say? Make some curves, save some parts. Drum sander, now retired because of the 37.
Get kind of a bigger setup now.
Yeah, slightly bigger. It's been a great machine though, it's an older one. You can see that here's the sanding belts.
Yeah.
So got this at an auction. It actually came with 200 sandpaper belts with the machine, which is very, very fortunate. And then this is kind of our assembly area. Right now it's taken up by a lot of massive tables. We have a pair of Claro walnut slabs here. For our client, this is going to be in New York City, apparently. And we're going to be joining these two slabs, right? We're going to be kind of trimming it here, and there's going to be some really cool big dovetails cut into it. Fully requested by the customer, actually. They were like, knew exactly what they wanted, and we just happened to have these exact slabs which fit the job perfectly. We have a 13-foot long. This is one of those resin river tables. And we're just working on this. We're actually going to give the epoxy a bit more of a polish so it's a bit more clear. It's like a smoked gray. So we got a little bit more work on this table, but you can see...
Behind the sawdust.
Yeah, behind the sawdust, and you can see some nice walnut in here.
That's nice.
And this one's heading to Florida, actually. Then another big Claro. So we do mostly assembly in this area, but a lot of the time, these are the chairs that I kind of specialize in. This is a rocking chair that I was building during my, I think, not my last course, but one of the course. You got the back braces that pop in. These are a flexible back brace, so when you sit in it, super comfortable. And then I do a lot of dining chairs and bar stools. We got a set of dining chairs. Matt, you got to get the seats.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Check out these seats. These are single board,
I like these seats.
heavily figured crotch seats.
No better wood for a seat than a crotch.
That's right. And then we have the Wenge highlighted back supports.
Yeah, that is just beautiful.
Super comfortable. And then here's what the Gabon ebony makes. The plugs.
There they are.
There they are. Fully installed. Who's a woodworker without a bunch of clamps? Got a few. No, still not enough, but we're getting there. These are beauties. I love these quick clamps. I've been using the Irwins for a long time, but I don't know, the DeWalt's are really nice. Bit more power to them. I'm a big proponent of that. I clamp all my chair parts with those.
With quick clamps.
Yeah, with quick clamps. When I'm sanding it, because I'm always like, you got all sorts of different directions on the legs, especially when they're components. So just very quick on and off. And then what else do we have here? Oh, we got some other big giant machinery.
Oh.
We got two 32-inch bandsaws hiding over here. These are Bulgarian bandsaws.
Which one's the one with the coat hook? Yeah, there we go.
The coat hook, yeah.
Remember from last time, the guy had a coat hook installed.
Yeah. You'll be at it for days. But it's got a really nice, it has a big table, but I even extended the table a lot. So that way when we're cutting our chair parts, you can cut big curves in here, you can kind of swoop right around. And when you're cutting and you're coming out of a long chair leg, you're not really worrying about it falling off, which concentrating on the cut and not cutting your fingers off is the most important thing. Safety first, then the quality of the cut. So big bandsaw, I've had this for a while, it runs like a top also, it's very, very nice. A lot of people see these big machines and they think, I don't have three-phase. I don't have three-phase here either. I run these all off of a VFD. So it creates the three-phase and it does other things too, that it actually can ramp up the power and it breaks the power. So I can actually shut this machine off and the blade on this big giant machine will stop in about 10 seconds, which is nice. I have a VFD on my big giant jointer also. So same thing, when I turn it on, it ramps up in speed. And when I shut down, this head will actually shut down in about 8 seconds.
Quick.
Very quick, yeah, and safe, which is important. Of course, I don't have a guard on it, which is not safe. But my excuse is it didn't come with one, but yeah, I should have one. Beautiful jointer though, 24-inch wide. It's a jointer planer. It's from Robinson. It's in 1952. I also got it at an auction.
As with many things.
As with many things, yeah. Cost me $300 for the machine. Cost me $450 to put it on the trailer. Kind of funny. But I've been fortunate to get machines out of working shops. So they were basically running up until the date that I got them. So I've been very lucky, been able to roll them right in my shop and hook them up and use them. Been really, really nice. One of my only actually new tools is this Minimax MM20. One of my sweet, sweet bandsaws. Much smaller than this beast over here, but the quality of it is very nice. And I actually will use a power feeder on it. I drilled my table. I used just the one wheel out of the three. And in all my chairs, I have laminations. So this is actually how the back braces start. So you saw the chair over there. You can see all the different laminations. So I put the billet through here and cut all these layers so you could understand how a power feeder is very nice to have. And once you actually get them bent laminated, you got your rocker. So this is 9 layers, again, all sliced up through here.
All sequential.
All sequential. So a lot of people will resaw on a table saw, which is fine, but with a bandsaw, the blade is so much thinner that grain match that you're going to get in here is so much closer. Especially this blade, it's like it's 0.002 or something, 22 thou. And there's almost no kerf on it either. The blades are so straight, so you know, it just, the grain match is pretty wild. And then we got a shaper. We got the Festool K-Pax. Oh yeah. What would be a wood shop without the Festool? We'll come back here. We got some hiding. We got the couple shop backs. Very handy rigs here. My students get to use them. Shelf sustainers, yeah. Lots of sanders. The RO150 is my #1 sander that we use. The 1400 router, the track saw, the domino. A lot of sanders though for the students. I have a lot of sanders.
Well, everybody needs one.
Yeah, so when I do my rocking chair course, 4 students come here for 6 days. You guys get to fabricate your own rocking chair that you're building yourself. And you'll have everything done, although you'll have some sculpting and sanding to do at your own shop. But while you're here, you know, you get your own Festool shop vac, get all the Festool sanders all for yourself. And we share the bigger power tools a little bit. But really good experience, and if anybody wants to do that, you're welcome to shoot me an email. I'll shoot you the course info. So that's about it. That's my space. What do you think?
I like it.
You like it? How about the view? Can we show them the view?
Yeah, let's show them the view.
Yeah, let's show them the view. We had the door closed because it was a little bit better for taping. There we go.
I can work with that.
Yeah.
So Paul, thank you again so much for taking the time to show us around and have me out here. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
If anyone wants to find out more about you, they want to come buy some wood or whatever, how can they go about that?
So if you don't already follow me, check out Instagram at Canadian Woodworks and at Legacy Lumber. For my at Legacy Lumber, which is my lumber company, we sawmill salvage logs, kiln dry them, and we sell the lumber. We actually just opened a retail storefront in Mississauga at 5775 Atlantic Drive, unit number 5. And we have a great guy, Concept 13, Rob is running it, so you guys are welcome to go down there, check out some lumber. And if you want to buy an entire boule of lumber, you're welcome to get in touch with me, Paul at legacylumber.co, the whole boule. Or you can also email me at my info@canadianwoodworks.com, and I'm here to answer all your questions. So thanks for having a look at my shop.
Yep. And we're going to do a second video.
Second video.
Sawmill lumber stuff, so I'll have a link to the second video as well. So thank you as always for watching. Until next time, happy woodworking.
Thanks, guys.